my life, what does it mean? Otherwise I can just get inspired by that cyanobacteria and then that's it. But I need to bring it to myself that whatever I do has repercussions. Whether right now, next minute, or what, 1,000 years from now. This is how the universe is. This is what we say, that you have to use this knowledge to what? To add some meaning to your life. Otherwise it is just like science. You understand there was something, before you did not know there was cyanobacteria. Now you have gained one more information, that there was cyanobacteria. And what did it do? It had this capacity of photosynthesis. Then so what? It formed what? Ozone layer. Okay. Hey, in that there is a deeper story. The deeper story has transformational power. Either you can just take it as information, set of information to just understand, or you can understand a story which has a capacity to transform you. Make you shift to a different vision of the universe. Your interconnectedness with the universe. And the implications of that interconnectedness for the way you live your life. That is what we call transformational learning. Either you just use Upanishad to gather information, or you can use it to transform yourself. This is why we can't make cognitive errors in understanding. If you make cognitive mistakes in understanding, we are cheating ourselves. We have no choice but to understand things ourselves. You can't use Upanishad and use it to stay with your own ideas. It's a waste of Upanishad. There is no respect for Upanishad. You have to use it to re-understand the world and also transform yourself. So this is how, you can't say, okay, before I had one information which is what Ishvara is Rudra, but now I also know it is sun, it is moon, it is this. Okay, it doesn't touch you. That's what we call the first level of learning. It seems as though I understand. It gives a semblance of learning. That learning is highly superficial. You have to extract from it the meanings, deeper meanings. What is the deeper thing? That Ishvara, without which nothing comes, is here and now, and itself is free from everything. This is the truth. Not, oh yeah, it is also what, moon, and it is this, and it is this. This is superficial. See the truth of Ishvara through this. It has meanings to convey, deeper meanings to convey. We have to capture those meanings. Otherwise, the whole exercise becomes information gathering. Like how we generally gather information. So this is how it is. So this is what it says, that it has everything. Yeah. So, and because it is everything, also you use the logic, itself cannot be any one thing. Now here also to understand that not only, up to now all the different forces were talked about, Rudra, then what, sun, moon, these are all, big forces of the universe, creative power, these are all big forces of the universe. Then you may only think that it is only these forces of the universe and I am subject to the forces of the universe, which is Ishvara. Then it comes to what? hey, even the forms which are subject to the forces are also Ishvara. There is a method in which the way it shows. So here it says there is a method which is used. Neelaha patangaha, haritaha lohitakshaha, then tangi garbhaha, rutavaha, samudraha, anadimat tvam vibhutvena vartase yataha janati bhuvanani vishwa. Okay, so that means you are the dark blue bee. So now somebody was saying, oh yeah, but you're telling me Ishvara is free from, then why is it dark blue? These are our questions. Our questions show how little what we understood. Why? Here it says it is also the green parrot. Then somebody can use even little bigger logic and say, yeah, then if Ishvara is blue, then maybe when I am meditating on a blue light, there is some truth in it. We extend these logics to create our own fantasies. We don't know. So therefore, here it says, Neelaha patangaha, what it is, a dark blue bee, it is green parrot, it is with red eyes. Then you are the thunder, you are the cloud, you are the seasons, you are the sea. You are beginningless and all-pervading, from which all three worlds are born. So that means that it is, if you see now how it moves. First it shows that it is one force. Then it has to show you that it is not only one force, it is all the forces. Then you think, oh, Ishvara is all forces and I am an object who is subject to all forces. Now it begins to say Ishvara is not only one force but all forces. It is also what? Objects which are what? Subject to forces. So here he says blue. Now I don't know if there is a dark blue bee. There is a dark blue. Yeah, bees. What color the bees have?
Black blue, blackish blue.
Blackish blue. Okay, so dark blue, exactly. So that's the meaning of dark blue bee. So that means that so many different.
I've never seen a dark blue bee.
It's generally they have another color.
Yeah, the bees are anyway dark in color, right? They are dark in color. And they have some blue, I suppose. So,
only Indian bees.
okay.
They have a shade of blue.
Like a kind of a translucent blue.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whatever it is meant to be.
Exactly.
And Neela is blue, definitely is blue.
It's blue.
The word Neela is blue.
Yeah.
Nilakant.
Yeah, exactly.
So that means that everything gets its color. So that means, now imagine if so somebody can ask, so why, now you use Upanishad, yeah, why does the parrot have red eye and why doesn't human have red eye? This is how it
A
is.
few humans do have it.
Parrot has red eye.
This is what is written.
Now we are.
Green parrot with red eyes.
It has the people of that is in red. Yes, correct.
So that means whatever the color of eye is.
Hey, I think you are like missing the poetry
Yeah.
of the verse here. It's a beauty, these verses. Look at the beauty. I mean, there is poetry.
Yeah. See, what it says is, you have all these colors. Then take the peacock and the colors of peacock. My God, fascinating. Fascinating colors of peacock. And what is this color? Tell me, what is color? In fact, what they say is, there are only two colors which the white is what? No, it rejects all the colors, and black means it absorbs all the colors. And every other color is what is retained, and everything is sent back, rejected,
It's like the
reflected
potential
back.
blocking the others and keeping one out.
Exactly.
Attributes.
Attributes are like that. What you see red is what? This is absorbed. Every other color is what? Rejected, sent back. That's why you see red.
That's true.
This is how the
Design.
That is true.
that is everything else is here and one is rejected. That's what
That's why
you
you
see.
see.
That's why
What
you
is
see.
rejected, you see.
Also, what he's saying is what is rejected is what you see. Because that's what reaches your eyes. What's left? No, what's left you don't see. What is rejected is what you see. That's what.
Because
you
that's
see.
what comes back to the eye.
Because
Yes.
that's what comes back to the eyes.
But
That's
you
what
see
he
That's
said.
why white, everything is rejected. It comes. That's not
But you can see black.
We are speaking about the other in between.
Okay, so that means there is a whole big design there. So that means in that design, what colors appear? So the colors are what is all, if you even study a little bit of mathematics, of it's just to do with light and the reflection of light, and then what it is giving you an optical data of a color, which is just provisional. So that means there is one whole big intelligence there, and it is all predictable how it is going to work. So this is where, and then the eyes. We up to now only look at what? Human eye. But we haven't extended to other eyes. The other eyes have a totally different range altogether. So this is why if a dog is standing here and if I'm standing here and we are both looking at the world, the data that the eye receives is what? Is not going to see the same form. Your form itself, depending upon the eye, it can change. This form itself, what you see can change. And this, the biggest, very easy. Now, what you do, you place yourself in front of a concave or a convex mirror. The whole vision of who you are will change. The fire
I just have to take my lenses off and everything
changes, exactly.
Form becomes
So-
formless. Huh?
So that means the conclusion is the more number you have, better you understand Vedanta.
all becomes one.
This is how we use our logic. Because where there is form, you actually begin to see formless.
So Namita should study Vedanta without lenses.
So this is how it is. So that means, so it is not only the forms, and there are not only all these celestial beings. Within this universe, there are all these forces. What are the forces? Thunder, clouds, seasons, seas. They're all governed by intelligence.
Where is the word womb? I didn't see it in the Sanskrit thing.
Where?
The womb.
Like me in your womb.
That womb.
This
Is it
is
showing?
the sun.
The
I
gar-
guess this is
Not there, no?
I don't think so.
Where?
No, that lightning in the womb, the translation, I didn't see in the Sanskrit, I couldn't see the text, I couldn't see anything to do with the garbha. So I was wondering if there are other words for womb.
Yeah. This Garbha, Ritavaha. Yeah. So now I don't know why this Garbha is used here.
Then there is no thunder, and you mentioned thunder.
The lightning actually.
Maybe it's the thunder.
The thunder, yeah. So thunder, then the clouds, because my translation is saying thunder.
Yeah.
Then a cloud, then seasons and the seas, right? So that means every force which is external, outside, the moon is outside the earth, the sun is outside the earth, But here what? These thunders, seas, the seasons, these are all what? Within this earth. And they are all result of the work of intelligence. So that means from your understanding of Ishvara, you can't exclude anything. You can't exclude anything from Ishvara. So what you think is also scary is actually one of the manifestation, and that is required in the design of the universe. So seasons are also very much needed. Why? Because they produce different fruits, they have this whole purpose of different seasons that we need to experience. So that means and they are formed because of different reasons. So living on the same earth, you feel what? You have to experience different seasons depending upon which part of the earth you are. So we are all living on this earth, but somebody is born in a tropical climate, somebody is born in a temperate climate, somebody is born in an island, somebody is born on a hill. So we are all inhabiting earth, but we all have different experiences based on where we are born. Different seasons we have to go through based on where we are placed. So this is where we have to see that the Ishvara's design is such that we all have to actually undergo, the minute you come to this earth, you have to experience the karma, some collective results of the action. So that means now all of us, when we live here, we have to go through some issues that is common to this earth. What is that? Over extraction of natural resources. All of us have to go through that, right? That the changes that are caused to climate because as a result of things. So that is a common, the minute you come to earth at this given point in time, regardless of where you are born, we are all somehow subject to those forces. This is what we call samashti karma. We all, the jiva have come at that given point in time, we all have to go through some common experiences. So that means those who were born during the independence, when India was struggling for independence, they all had to go through some similar karma, fighting for independence, being subjected to, rule by a foreign country, oppression. So that is what we call collective karma. But we all go through that, but at the same time, the effects of which don't come equally to everyone. Within that, each one is placed differently, and the effects are experienced differently. So that means there is the coming together of Vyashti and Samashti karma. An example. When I was in Fiji, all the Pacific Island countries, their main agenda at the UN was climate change. Why? Because many of them, if the climate and with the climate change, one of the effects of climate change is rise in sea level. The minute the sea level rises, the islands submerge in the water. So for us, it is a matter of some kind of of course a concern, which is a little remote in terms of its direct effect. Of course, we also experience pollution, we experience water pollution, air pollution, of course. But for them, it is life-threatening, which is in next 50 years. So that means, if you're born in those countries, so the climate change or the pollution or the change in the environment affects us all, but there is a different effect to people people who live in those countries than here. So that means there is samashti karma, and at the same time there is vyashti karma. Then you can say from Fiji, people who live in India are affected differently. How? Because their immediate concern is what now in Delhi, they say that the levels of pollution are so high that our lungs are getting what? Affected. So that means they have to go through the effects of environmental hazard, but in a different manner than in Fiji. Different. We have common and we have specific. Now, among people who are living in Delhi, it affects them all. So they all have what? Some samashti karma. But within that, there is each one who is affected differently. How? It depends upon, for example, if you're walking too much on the road, or if you're taking a public transport, or if, as versus, you're sitting in an air-conditioned car. So that means we have to go through what? Some collective karmas, and at the same time, the way we are placed in that samashti, we also within that we have our particular experiences. Look at the complexity of that. The intelligence has to give us what? Some common experiences, but within those common experiences, what? Unique experiences for each and every one. The level of complexity is just mind-boggling. You take it down to, see, you take it closer and closer to you. Two kids born in same home. Parents are the same. Financial resources are the same. The external environment is more or less the same. But you ask two kids, what was it like when you were a kid? They'll tell you a different story altogether. So that means there is some samashti. You are born in this family, there are some commonalities. What is the commonality? You have same parents. You have same, the parents have same resources. Parents have same intellectual capacity. These are common. But within that, each one has a unique experience to go through. In the same home, Vyashti, Samashti, Vyashti, Samashti. At a global level, at a national level, at a community level, at a city level, at family level, everybody has to get exactly what the person is due for. Arrangement. Ishvara. Ishvara. The more you understand Ishvara, all that has to go. Because you are in awe as a result of your understanding. So that means you are totally alive, you are removing your veils. Before you see Ishvara from your little understanding and everything seems gloomy, everything seems depressing, things seem unfair. That lens has to go away. And you have to see, this is the reason these verses are given. Otherwise, we said, yeah, okay, now I understood Ishvara is a Parinami Upadana Karanam. We just take notes. Oh, yeah, Ishvara is Parinami Upadana Karanam, it undergoes change. Okay. Then it is maker and material. Okay. This is how we learn. The deeper meanings and transformation, it escapes us. It gives us semblance of learning where actually we are quite superficial. This is why these verses are so important. You have to shift transformation. Seeing the realities and nuances of Ishvara. This is why the whole Vedanta, the way it works, it doesn't tell you, you have to be happy, you have to be content, you have to not be jealous. It doesn't say that. What does it say? It takes you to a point, your understanding of the universe has to take place in a way you can't but be happy. your vision. It's a shifts in vision based on reality. The job of a Vedanta teacher, a real Vedanta teacher, is not to give you an advice how you should be. The job of Vedanta teacher is to make you see realities, seeing which everything, your jealousy drops, your dissatisfaction drops, your frustration drops, your sadness drops, because you are alive to this amazing. This is how it has to be. This is how the operation of pramana is. You have to receive it like that.
Is prarabdha karma the same than vyashti karma or yet another category?
Okay, now that's a good question. See, that's a good question. See, vyashti karma, that means my personal karma. And that my personal karma is, see, prarabdha karma is only one subset of my total karma which is in my account. So that means, but it is true that when I come in this form, then what I am experiencing are not all the karmas which are in my account, but only my prarabdha karma. So vyashti karma actually can include what all the karmas which are in my account, not only prarabdha karma. But the what is giving me experiences right now are my prarabdha karmas. So very good. So you see the distinction, it's a subset.
It's a subset.
It's a subset of
vyashti
the,
karma.
yes, exactly.
But it's the manifesting
Manifestation,
subset.
yes,
In
yes,
this
correct,
very
correct,
life.
exactly, yeah, correct. So that means your experiences that you go through now are result of your prarabdha karma. But the prarabdha karma is a subset of vyashti karma, which is a much bigger karma. Yeah, very good question, Gavi.
So vyashti karma can I say same as a sanchita karma, that is total karma.
Yeah, so vyashti karma, the total of your karma is what? The sanchita karma. But what Gavi is saying is right now the experience that come to you, they are also vyashti karma, but they are subset, which is prarabdha karma. Okay, so that means now it is what this is, it is the seasons, it is the sea, it is everything. Now, with reference to myself, now everything that comes, okay, now I'm now really seeing Ishvara everywhere, in the sun, in the moon, in Rudra, in Prajapati, in thunder, in seasons, in parrots, in bees, in everything. So now, but sometimes I myself can get what left out. So this is why every time the Upanishad comes back to oneself. So this is where it says, Dvau suparnau sayuja sakhaya samana vruksham parishasvajate tayoho anya pipalam swat anyataha anashnan avijagashiti. So this is Mundaka Upanishad. Mundaka Upanishad, which uses this imagery first. First we will see the imagery and then it is coming back to ourselves. The imagery Surya shows sometimes in some of the presentations we do. He shows two birds. And the imagery says that on the same tree there are two birds. And they are in the same shakha. Shakha means on the same branch. Now, the one bird is what looking down, and that bird which is looking down is what suffering, because sees what? Sees all kinds of things which can threaten it, sees all kinds of visions which are sometimes disturbing. So the whole focus is on what? The names and forms and the arrangement, and what is the data that we get? It's frightening. As Yuta was saying, you see the wars, you see abuse, you see violence. That is what we see. So the lower bird, this is what the person sees, and that's true, and you can't deny it also, right? So it sees that, but the vision is only there. What will it do? What kind of life will you have?
Miserable.
Miserable. Because you see the world and there are things which are what? Highly disturbing. You can't kind of do this, oh everything is wonderful. This Ishvara, therefore everything is wonderful. Oh, the person who's a criminal is wonderful. Hey, that's why details are so critical. You can't say, everything is Ishvara, why should I think about everything? Why can't I only think about Ishvara? You'll miss all of these nuances. So therefore, it is disturbing. Now the same bird, there is another bird, and where is the vision? Up. What is that?
Beauty.
So that means, here physically the person sees what?
Fruits.
Fruits, sky. So that means, the one is suffering, the other one is what?
Enjoy.
Enjoying. Now, how this is something. So that means you are placed in the same. See, what is the example that is given here? The example is multifold. The example is you can be placed on the same tree. You can be placed on the same branch. If you use your own what pramanas, which is what your perception and inference, what it can see is what? The first vision, which is all chaos. And we only live with the understanding of the world, which is what? It's chaotic.
And there are a few fruits here and there, and you have to just grab them as much as possible and eat them.
It's kind of a sense-driven life. A life driven by your senses.
Yeah, exactly. The sense, absolutely. The life which is driven by the inputs that senses provide. So that means, see, now this is a good thing, Gabby. Because spirituality, the way people use it is that the data that the senses provide, and using the data you somehow recondition yourself and say, no, this is wonderful. This is delusion. It is delusion. What is the purpose of spirituality? Just to where there is actually a problem, you convince yourself there is no problem? No. What is the purpose of spirituality? To make you see,
No, to see the problem on the one hand side, but to see the bigger picture.
Excellent. Excellent. Absolutely. Excellent. To see that problem as it is without trying to disillusion, without trying to delude yourself. You are not deluding yourself by seeing that where the problem is, it's Ishvara. That is a big problem. But while you see the problem, as exactly Gabby is saying, you see a bigger picture. When you see a bigger picture, this problem what has its place in that bigger picture. Then, where are you operating from? Like that higher bird. The higher bird, in light of that vision, which is much bigger and all-encompassing, then this is what that the narrowness of our conclusion gives way. It is not deluding, continuing to see that and tell, oh yeah, this is wonderful. That is it's going to make you mad. You have to invest in what? A bigger picture. That bigger picture, your eyes are not able to provide. That's why you need to invest in your wisdom. You need to invest in your wisdom. Because it's available as a potential, but you have to collapse that potential. So that means it is broadening that whole understanding without denial, the key, without denial, what the enormity of the problem goes away when you see what the bigger picture. And that bigger picture is it a gory picture? Is it a scary picture? It's a beautiful picture. It's a beautiful picture because there is only one intelligence which is not getting affected by anything. And the truth of that intelligence is your true nature. Beautiful picture. Where you see this and then, but somewhere along that it is organized to make it this. This is also a reality. And there are reasons for that. So you are not in a denial, but you see what? Everything. It is like the enlightened wave is not knowing the wave, it understands wave, it understands ocean, and it also understands water. The non-enlightened wave only stops at wave. This is what Gabby says is bigger picture. In your understanding of the ocean, you are not denying the wave. In your understanding of the water, you are not denying the wave. So that means the others, the ignorant wave sees only wave. Enlightened wave sees what? Wave, ocean and water. Enlightened. There is no denial of the form. But the form has its place in that whole big arrangement. That arrangement is much bigger than the form. Form is only an appearance. Wise person. This is how you have to help yourself to be a wise person. Broader and broader perspective. Very good. So this is what the purpose is, right? That now, so the higher bird represents what? That broadening of the vision. So we will come back and we will see how it applies to human being next time, in the next class.
So the beautiful verse, last
Beautiful verse. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate